Hello, everybody. This is Clicking Cliff, and yes, that is me. I'm going to tell you how I got here and where I came from there and how I got into Lego. So please stay tuned. Hello, everybody. This is Clicking Cliff. Yep, that was me in that picture that you just saw. I'm going to tell you a story of how that happened, and I'm going to tell you how I got into Lego and where I'm at today. Let's take you back. I was a career firefighter for 20 years. A satisfying and fulfilling job. I started getting a little pain in my stomach, like a real bad pain, doubled over pain. I went to the doctor and I ended up having diverticulitis. Well, that diverticulitis is basically like an ulcer in your intestines. It perforated and leaks a little bit of bowel or blood. And usually you can get it healed. But in my case, it didn't heal. Um, I worked for a year or so with it and found out that I'm probably going to have a little outpatient surgery. They would go there microscopically and just repair the little perforated parts, and I'd be out in 3 months and be back to work. Well, right, we can get that done. I feel better. We can do this. Well, my luck, it went down. Um, After surgery, went in and had the surgery. Went well, even before the surgery, I had some issues where it was leaking, so they had to put some drains in me until it was time for surgery. Then I had a pulmonary embolism. Had a blood clot come from my leg into my lungs, and I had to be rushed to the hospital. And the doctor said I had 50-50 chance to live. Well, they went and done their thing and got rid of the blood clot, and here I am today. That's why in my videos you hear me kind of because I lose my breath because it scarred my lungs bad. Um, so that put off my surgery for 6 months. They couldn't do surgery for me for 6 months. So they had to put drains in me or drain the bowel, keep me from getting septic. Well, I had to deal with that for 6 months, and all this time I was off work. Um, my work was over helpful. They allowed me the time off in hopes for me to come back. I made it up to a lieutenant level in my fire department, and I was I loved it. Loved every second of it. Loved helping people. Um, so I've been real thankful for that. Wish they're still going to work with me. Thank goodness. Well, finally I got past the 6 months mark and got into ready for the surgery. Went in for the surgery. Thought everything was going to be good. Well, after the surgery, they said it'd be 3 days stay, then I'd be able to go home. Then 3 or 4 month recovery, and then I should be good to go. So I took the time off, took all my vacation, sick time, and FMLA, and all that stuff. And I had enough time to do it, so I took it. Um, 2 days after the surgery, physical therapist came in, wanted to get me up and walk around the bed, which I was good because you walk, you heal better, you go home. I did that, but when I stood up, I felt something kind of tear in my gut. Kind of felt like something, the gravity just went boom. So I didn't know what that was. I told the physical therapist, and she said she'll tell the doctor. And we went for the walk, and I was in pain the whole time, tremendous amount of pain. Lay back down, and I was sleeping a lot. And doctors know I wasn't getting any better, so they took me down for a CAT scan and found out that their surgical thing fell apart, and I was leaking in my stomach. So I was rushed into emergency surgery. Well, in the meantime, I fell septic and got pneumonia. So they had to put me on life support. And my wife said I was on life support for about a week or 2 weeks on life support. They weaned me off that because my pneumonia started getting better. Um, they took me off the life support and weaned me off, but I had a trach. They put a trach in me. I was on the trach for 6 months. Um, and then that's when I found out that when I woke up from they had to put a colostomy bag on me because they couldn't repair it, and where it was at, where they had to do it, made me have to be medically retired from the fire department. Couldn't do the fire service anymore. At that time, it didn't matter because I was out of it all the time. I had to learn how to walk again. I tried to get out of that, got healed enough to get out of the hospital, out of intensive care for 6 months. It took me to a continued care facility, and that's where I had to learn how to walk again. So they're right. If you don't use it, you lose it. I walked all my life, and I was on my back for a few months, and I literally had to gain work strength back in my legs. And I'm still not there. They said it'll take a long time to get my be stamina back, and now I'm still working on it. But we get we get to the continued care, and I get to work, and I finally get to learn how to walk. And I start walking. I left. I finally got to go home. Well, I thought I had it all won. All right, I go home and get to me a normal life and have fun and be myself again. Well, got home and COVID hit, and I was already home. I still couldn't go out and do much, and I was already sitting at home doing nothing, watching TV. Then the COVID hit. I didn't get the COVID, um, but my doctors advised me that at that time, if I got it with all my problems, I would have probably been whatever that word. I'd be a number. I would probably be gone. So my wife and me decided not to leave the house unless I absolutely necessarily had to. There was no way around it. So I used my home as my defense. I stayed in my home. I didn't go out and do nothing. I stayed in my house and sat and watched TV. Well, I started getting depressed. And I'm going to the doctor over that. Got on some medication, and I was depressed. I was lower than a low. I didn't care if I lived or died. I didn't care what happened. I rather went out and got hit by a train or whatsoever. I was down. I was low. My wife was searching and looking and trying to figure out what would help me out. And God bless her soul, she stuck by me through the whole ordeal. Um, she she was my rock. And well, this been going on for a year now, and I was low. I was actually getting worse. I had to be put on. I started having heart issues. I was containing my water weight because of the surgery, and everything was bounding up in my head and my body where I was just bringing me down, bringing me down, bringing me down. Well, I was flipping through the TV and the Lego Masters was on, and I mean, I watched it. I go, what's this? What are they doing with a child's toy? Pardon my dog shaking and scratching, but it's like, what is this? A TV show with adults playing toys? What is it? What in the world? This is a kid's toy. That was my mindset at the time. Um, I watched it and, hey, dude, they were making some awesome stuff. I watched the first 2 seasons, getting ready to start watching the third. Mr. Boons and even Moto and everybody was on there. I was like impressed with what they were doing. Man, they're doing some awesome builds with the Lego. This is exciting. Um, and my wife walked in the room and asked, "What are you watching?" I said, "I'm watching this Lego Masters. I used to do this when I was a kid. I had fun with it when I was a kid. I remember it." Well, next day, my wife went to work, came home with a Captain America mech, $10 from the dollar store. It was like a $10 set. She goes, "Here, put this together." And I put it together. And I'm like, okay, a little bit. And the next day, I turned on the YouTube, and yes, first people you find up are the bigger YouTubers. And of course, I watched them because that's what was first on the list, and I clicked on to see what it was about, and I saw. So the next day, I said, "Hey, on your way home, is there any other Lego sets there?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Well, give me one more." Well, she went and she bought me three more. So I put them together. They were all the mechs. I go, "Wow, this is cool." I started building and building and building, watching the YouTube, kept watching, and I go, "Man, there's got to be something bigger out there, bigger and better." Went to Walmart, the only store around here that sells Lego other than the dollar store, and I was like, "Oh, wow." So I got me a classic building set, and then I got a Star Wars. I want to say it was one of those play sets, the Death Star cannon, the minifigures, and I put that together, and it just kept on going from there to where I am at today. So, but first couple months it was real slow spinning, because I didn't really have a place to put it. I just built it and put it on the table or whatever, and I started watching more YouTube, and I got to noticing, well, all these big time YouTubers ain't gonna care about me, so why am I even watching YouTube? And I almost left the hobby again. Well, and then I'm gonna call my brother. Y'all know him as a Cajun Yeti. I met him I saw a thumbnail of one of his live streams come up, and I watched him, and he was live. And me and him just started engaging in the chat. Then it just went from there. Uh, I started buying more sets and more sets and more sets, putting them together, and falling in love with this hobby that we call Lego. Um, yeah, I'm gonna tell you all something. Occasion and Lego saved my life because it was low, and we started talking behind the scenes and talking about Lego and life struggles and all that. And so he started getting me on his live stream and on my land. That was fun. That was fun. Then I met Seth. Sethbrun or Seth Bland, either one. And Cajun and me was sitting here backstage talking. And they go, "Why don't you put out a short? Just put out a short." They just told me to. I did, and I put out my first short, and it was a group of my Marvel minifigures I built on my mechs. And wow, it went from there. It went from there. But yeah, and that's where I am today. I found a small Lego community that saved my life. And I started meeting other people. Hoosier Bricks, Haley Bricks, Tasman Bricks, Lumberjack, uh, so many I can't even name. Ingrid, Wynn, uh, even Mayo Hosco, Macro Bricks, and I mean a bunch of YouTubers and content creators and Lego enthusiasts. And they accepted me because I didn't think there'd be an adult one doing this Lego at all. And to my surprise, I found an awesome community, awesome family that I consider my friends and family. So I thank you all for saving my life, Lego, and my wife, of course. So you wonder why I get mad about drama with this community? You guys just, I'm sure you all have your own stories, but the drama ain't worth it. But I'm gonna leave that with you here today. This is how I got back into Lego and how I'm here today. You've seen what I was before, where I am today, and a lot of you are to think about. Thank you for that. So anyway, if you like this video, please hit that like button down below. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, and let me know what brought you back to Lego. And remember, y'all, clicking ain't easy, but it's fun. Until next time.